I didn't forget to unmute this time. But welcome everybody to Military History Chronicles. Today, we're gonna do the military history conversations. Got Will here. We'll just discuss, whatever we can think of, and then see what the chat has to say. What's up, Mo? I see Mo out there. I see a new guy out there. I've seen him in our sports talk stuff with Larry Kruger, and also in NorCal. You got Clarence Beeks out there. What's up, Clarence? Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Got Arrow out there. Of course, good old Matthew. We will definitely have to get into a September 11th episode again, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. That's always good to cover. We'll definitely have to hit that up. I've gotten a couple of suggestions on Twitter, matter of fact.
Oh, right on.
It's actually a pretty good one. What made Hitler the way he was? That would be hard to... That is going to take some work, to be honest with you, because trying to... I'm sure there's probably stuff written out there, trying to dissect his psychology.
Well, I mean, revolution probably helped spur his hatred for certain people.
Yeah, there was supposedly, I've heard, of course we'll get deeper into this, but we'll just summarize. Supposedly a doctor that worked on his mother was Jewish, and that's what his hatreds for Jews were. His dad was an abuser. He was in World War I. He was a failed artist. Didn't get into certain art schools because, I guess, of his stature in society. I don't know. Something like that. I'm sure there's a lot of factors, but yeah, that would be an interesting road to travel. Because to be honest with you, it's going to probably take a while because you got to do a lot. You're going to have to do a lot of reading and look at different sources and what people have said. And, a lot of it's probably just going to be educational guesses because I don't think anyone sat down in an interview with him. I mean, you might be able to glean some stuff from Mein Kampf, but I don't know how much that was ideology rather than, how he really felt. Maybe it did. I don't know. Who knows? Matt says, if I can share the link of a 9/11 a week or so. Yeah, we'll do. I'll make sure I get a hold of you that, whatever we'll say in this week, we'll cover it for sure. Absolutely. But yeah, hey, you guys want to tweet me any type of topics you want to hit? Yeah, we can hit that for sure. Get on something else then. But I tell you what, the real world kind of gives me a lot of material these days, doesn't it? It's crazy what's going on out there. Yeah, that was just the thumbnail, Senior. That's all it was. Yeah, what's up, Senior? How's it going, man? What are your guys' thoughts on Rob O'Neill?
Needs to shut the hell up.
What did he come out and say something?
No, he just needs to stop. He shouldn't have talked about it in the first place.
Oh, I think he got arrested for a DUI, didn't he?
Good. Go away for a while. Go somewhere. What are you doing spilling your guts?
Yeah, I don't get it. It seems like
I don't understand the modern military, so to speak, where they do that crap.
I noticed there's a lot of former Navy SEALs that have their own YouTube channels, and they're kind of giving.
I know, man. You know what you don't see? Special Forces soldiers doing that.
No, you don't see them doing that.
They call themselves quite professionals for a reason.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, and if they want to talk
PJs
about
too, PJs don't.
PJs don't. Yeah, I haven't seen anything with PJs either. I can understand if they want to get into maybe their training and that, but don't get into.
Yeah, I mean, for example, I get Don Shipley. Don Shipley, he was a former Navy SEAL, used to have this thing called Extreme SEAL Experience back in the day, where he would coach young kids who wanted to be potential Navy SEALs. I get stuff like that. And he would also expose the phonies as well. He has access to the database, and I get that stuff. I mean, that's cool. But to go out there and spill your guts about, hey, I went on this raid, or I did this, writing books.
Yeah, who's that other guy? Jocko, is that his name?
Oh, Jocko Willink. Yeah, he's another one of those guys. Now he's some kind of motivational speaker.
Yeah. That's kind of what they go do.
Yeah.
Yep, true. That's true. But goodness gracious, look what's going on. I mean, where the heck do we even start? I tell you where we can start. I just came across as I was getting ready to start the show. Our good old friend here, OSINT Defender. I like this guy. Always puts out some good stuff. It says, despite Russian armed forces suffering significant equipment and personnel losses during their invasion of Ukraine, Western officials and military experts believe that they would be able to reconstitute their military to pre-invasion standards within 5 to 6 years due to their massive boost recently in defense and industry spending. His source, Financial Times. Let's see if we'll actually be able to read this. Oh, I think we can. I tell you what, we'll get into this in a little bit. Isn't that interesting, though? This is something. Gosh dang it. Hold on. Let me do this first. Stop, because it opened up a new window. There we go. Okay. I'll just keep it there for a minute. One thing, have you noticed with it? Well, let's just go back to World War II. What was something that the Russians had an immense amount of? Equipment and men.
Yeah.
It was a never-ending supply of sending meat to the meat grinder and being able to construct. As a matter of fact, did you know Stalin had deconstructed all the factories that were closer to Germany, and he moved them further out east so that they wouldn't be affected when, as far as being able to still produce their T-34s and whatever else they needed.
Right.
So basically their industrial base was still functioning strong. Because Germany didn't have what we had as far as long-range strategic bombers, so they would still be able to fight. And of course, they had the massive amount of population. From the reports that I have been seeing in the Battle of Avdiivka, as a matter of fact, I guess all the Ukrainians have pulled out of Avdiivka. They've been fighting that fight for months, and they almost got encircled. But they said it's just mass wave of men that Russians keep throwing at them. That's all it was. And they were getting slaughtered. They said on the battlefield, there's literally like thousands of dead Russians just littering the battlefield because they're just throwing them to the meat grinder. Unfortunately, that's how Russia conducts warfare. The value on the life of their soldier isn't the same as Western.
They've been doing that since the dawn of time. Them and the Chinese.
Chinese do the same thing. Koreans
do the same thing.
Koreans did the same thing. They learned from the Chinese. Yeah.
Just massive human waves.
Human waves.
I mean, if they consider you to be a degenerate or you're homeless, you want to be homeless in Russia right now, you're going to go to the front line, my friend.
Yep.
That's where you're going.
Yep.
You're going to be part of Operation Human Shield. It's
scary. And then, I've heard stories in World War II where the frontline men, they got their guns, but the guys behind them never gave them guns.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they pick up the gun of the guy that falls ahead of you.
So
it's crazy.
Here's a story for you. My grandfather was at the Battle of the Chosin Reservoir. One of the lucky guys who survived that whole fiasco. When the Chinese came down off the side of that mountain, they were all chained together. One guy would have a gun, the other guy had ammunition, the other guy had nothing.
Yeah. Yep. And then the guy who had nothing would pick up the gun and the ammunition for the guy.
He said it was funny. He said he was laughing. I mean,
was your grandfather a Marine?
No, he was an Army guy. He was one of the few Army battalions that was there.
No kidding! Wow. Because that's a famous Army battle or a Marine battle.
Yeah.
Supposedly we crossed the river, whatever. And that's when the Chinese got involved.
And they evacuated Hong Nam Harbor. And they blew it up. Oh, by the way, let me touch on Matthew's point here, talking about the Tucker Carlson thing. I've had friends that have been to Russia recently, and they don't have anything really bad to say. They kind of say the same thing Tucker says. It's clean and
it is in the city, but you get 50 minutes outside the city, and I've seen reports. But they said that's how it's always been in Russia. That the main city will be fine, but you just get a little bit out, and it's deplorable.
Oh yeah.
And be careful with the whole grocery store thing. Look, Tucker Carlson's being paid, quote unquote, American money, right? The value of it, what we get paid in America is much different than what they get paid in Russia.
Oh yeah.
And there's even a stat. They say roughly Americans spend approximately 10%. That's a good, nice round number. 10% on groceries, Russians spend 30% of their paycheck on groceries. So not all is as it seems.
Right.
So whatever. I mean, you can make it what it was. I don't care for the guy. That's just me. Everyone can have their own feeling on Tucker, but the guy is definitely not, I don't know. To me, he's pushing a narrative rather than reporting. That's just me. I like what Clarence says. Bodies. They don't even consider a war started until they lose 500,000 men. There's some truth to that. There is some truth to that. Oh, you know what I heard? I heard Russian soldiers, they go and confiscate people's toilets and washing machines. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if they're using, There's reports there's reports out there where people are just pissing and shitting in the corners of their apartment buildings because they came and took their damn toilets. I don't know what they use the porcelain. I don't know if it's for the war effort. There's something in porcelain, maybe. I don't know.
They don't make those 2x4 boxes to crap into in the field.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're stealing commodes. And hey, what's up, Ron?
Well, you're gonna build a time machine to get reverse all this BS.
Now, washing machines, I know that they're using the solid state components to make their missiles because of the embargo. Yeah.
I was gonna say they're probably making IEDs out of them or something. Hey, that's a nice washer there. Boom.
Yeah. Hey, why is there a washer out here in the middle of a forest? Boom!
Hey, I think that one's mine, actually. Let me go. Oh, shit. It's ticking. Why is it beeping, man?
Oh, man. All right, here we go. Let's get into this article from Financial Times talking about the Russians. New assessments of Russia's military capabilities and its threats to NATO's security have led to a rising drumbeat of warnings from Western governments and pressure to invest more heavily in defense. We are living in truly dangerous times. We are living in truly dangerous times. And at a point when large-scale conflict is more likely than it has been in recent history, said British military intelligence official. Russia's bellicose intent is still there, said a second UK defense official. Its land forces have been degraded in Ukraine, but its air force and navy are largely intact. And Russia is still a major nuclear power. That warning hangs over the Munich Security Conference. We're going to get into that, which starts on Friday, an annual gathering of security, military, and intelligence officials and experts that provides a snapshot of the global defense picture at a time of record instability. One reason for Western officials' alarm is Russia's revival of its industrial defense machine over the past year, which took place at a speed many in the West had thought impossible. Russia churned out 4 million artillery shells.
That's not how you write
4 million artillery shells and several hundred tanks during the war. It will recruit, I don't know. See, I've seen pictures where they're fielding T-55 tanks. Okay, hold on. We'll get back to that. It will recruit another 400,000 men this year. Careful with this word. We know what recruit means.
But both sides aren't recruiting no more. Both sides are conscripting.
Yeah, it's conscripted. Another 400,000 men this year without resorting to a full-scale mobilization, Ukrainian officials forecast. At the same time, NATO's own future has been cast into doubt by the prospect of Donald Trump's return to the White House. And then we could get into the whole, that's what Trump said. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Share of real GDP. Whew. Check that out. Remember, I talked about Poland. I said they were bumping it up. And boy, are they. They are not messing around. They're spending close there. I remember there was a report that came out. They were going to spend 4% of their GDP. Look where the United States is. Almost 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
UK, come down a little bit, but they're still at 2. France, looks like they're trending a little bit up. They're at 1.9. Belgians kind of come down a little bit. Luxembourg. Luxembourg.
I forget they even
It's
exist.
Luxembourg. What the hell's Luxembourg going to do?
It's like Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein. Yeah, what the hell? Come on. Get out of here. They're not going to do nothing. The big ones are UK, Poland, Germany, France, Ukraine. But anyways, European NATO member states have increased their defense spending by about a third over the past decade. with some countries increasing their spending significantly since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February of 2022. See, they saw what was going on, so they're starting to bump it up. While Russia's army is heavily deployed in Ukraine and has suffered huge losses during the 2 years of conflict, most Western officials expect it would be able to reconstitute its forces within 5 to 6 years. We know that adversaries are always looking for new ways to conduct war. UK Defense Secretary Grant Shapps told reporter on Thursday. That's why we need to be on our mettle. That's why we need to be ready. Other Western defense officials recently, in recent weeks, have issued an unprecedented number of public warnings of a possibility of a broader conflict in Europe with a more confident and rearmed Russia. Denmark's defense minister, Troels Lund Poulsen, last week said Russia could test NATO's mutual defense clause within 3 to 5 year period. That followed similar warnings from colleagues from Sweden, the UK, Romania, Germany, and senior officials at NATO itself since the start of the year. There's a lot of concerned European nations out there, aren't there? We're going to have to get used to the idea that it's realistic that Russian President Vladimir Putin will attack a NATO country within 5 to 8 years, said Marie Angus Strack-Zimmermann, chair of the Bundestag Defense Committee. The man is driven by a kind of imperialism we have never believed could exist in the 21st century. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? It is a credible threat that we need to be prepared for that, said one senior NATO diplomat of warnings of a potential Russian attack on an alliance member. I do not find such predictions fantasy. We do not have the luxury to think that Russia would stop in Ukraine. One senior official went as far as saying Russia's intent and capability to attack a NATO country before the end of the decade was pretty much consensus within the U.S.-led military alliance. Opportunity is only a variable. Here it is. European officials have warned a possible NATO attack. See all these guys? Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Poland. All these guys, these are the ones that are doing the warning. And of course, Sweden. They're getting ready to hopefully get into NATO soon. If Hungary gets it together. Officials said one reason for the dire warnings was to prepare societies for the potential danger and to ensure that civilian infrastructure was ready for possible consequences. That includes ensuring national energy supplies and stockpiles are resilient enough that communications networks are secure and can function properly in the event of war. And the critical infrastructure, including roads and railways, could handle the large amount of military equipment that would need to be transported across Europe. Boy, that's something. This is sounding ominous, isn't it? NATO's Joint Support and Enabling Command, an alliance command center in the southern Germany of Ulm, is drawing up plans for how NATO military forces would be deployed around Europe to be sustained and reinforced in the event of a conflict, officials said. That process will draw on lessons learned from the ongoing Steadfast Defender exercise, which simulates a large-scale conflict with an enemy to the NATO's east. What do you think that is? The largest such war games in the alliance's history since the Cold War. Admiral Rob Bauer, who heads the NATO committee that advises the alliance's military strategy, said the exercise was about preparing for a conflict with Russia. General Sir Patrick Sanders, the outgoing head of the British Army, has warned that the UK public needed to be ready to fight a potential war with Russia. British citizens should be trained and equipped to fight because Moscow planned on defeating our system and way of life, he said in a speech last month. Such warnings were not an attempt to spark panic, said the first British intelligence official. The warnings, he said, are so that we have the foresight and are forewarned, as there is often a very short period between being warned and being in crisis. A senior Ukrainian official said Kiev had strong intelligence that Russia's leader was making preparations for a war against the Baltic states. Putin just can't stop. However, some members of the alliance are skeptical that Russia's president intends to attack a NATO member. We assess that he takes our Article 5 commitment seriously and does not want to go to war with NATO, said one senior U.S. defense official.
Yeah, I agree
Putin,
with that.
Yeah. Putin has said the collapse of the Soviet Union was the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of the 20th century. Remember that? and has made repeated statements about Moscow's desire to protect Russian-speaking populations outside its borders. The argument was one of many deployed by the Kremlin to support its war with Ukraine. Hold on, let me see. We still got people in here. Just bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Estonia's Foreign Intelligence Service was this week said Russia intended to double the number of its troops stationed along its border with the Baltic states and Finland. A move that could foreshadow a potential military conflict within NATO in the next decade. Putin does everything he says he will. And the only thing that can stop him is his policy of strength. I'm sorry. Said Christoph Hugson, a longtime foreign affairs advisor to former German Chancellor Angela Merkel, and now head of the Munich Security Conference. It's the only thing he understands. Woo! Cool. What's up, Benji? What's up, Kyle?
Russia is this great Satan now. Okay, cool. We get it. What are you going to do about it?
That's the thing. Oh, you know what I've heard?
And why is it our issue?
Oh, it's going to be our issue.
I mean, he's not going to.
It's going to be our issue.
To say Putin's going to attack a NATO country is this asinine.
They seem pretty dead set. They seem pretty dead. I don't know the validity of it. I have no idea. But I'm guessing that people are in the know something.
Oh, man. Right? It just seems like they want to drag us into another freaking war.
Who, though?
The Europeans, obviously. Sitting there banging this drum. And, oh, look at them. They're building all this stuff. They're going to attack us. Come help us. Come save us, America.
Well, I mean, we did form NATO.
Benji.
We did form NATO, though.
Yeah.
And see, I think, look, Benji, I get what you're saying. Attacking NATO is suicidal. But here's the problem. This is the problem I've been saying. When Putin invaded Ukraine, he thought that there is definitely an alliance that's fractured, that there is an issue with NATO, and that he would be able to get away with it without having any kind of repercussions or serious repercussions. I really believe he thinks that NATO would not come together. Okay. That's what I think. Again, this is just what this is my observation of what I think Putin must have thought.
100%.
NATO has come together to a certain extent, but I also think Putin knows that it may only be for a certain amount of time, because this is the problem. Western nations, both in Europe and the United States, have what I call, what can I call this? Geopolitical ADHD. That's pretty good, huh? I don't think I've heard anyone else say that.
Trademark that SOB, man.
Geopolitical ADHD. And what I mean is, it lasts. You're focused for a certain amount of time, but then what happens?
Right.
You're off somewhere else, and you totally forget what's going on. And it's going to come and bite them in the ass. And I think that's what Putin is counting on, is that that NATO's coming together for Ukraine is going to eventually start splintering. There's going to be divisions. Now you got Donald Trump coming out there saying, hey, I encourage Russia to attack. You know, I understand where Trump is coming from. He wants people to pay. I get it.
Right.
But we're not the mafia, man. This is not a racket. You're not paying for security, right? Yes, is it beneficial for those countries to spend more on defense? Absolutely. I get that. But there's a different way you go about it than encouraging your enemy to invade your friends. You know what I'm saying? And I think Putin sees that, and that's all Putin's doing is going, all right, the plan is working. He's not gonna react this quick. He's gonna take his time, and he's gonna pounce when he wants to pounce. As the article said, and I've already said this in the past, I said this for months. Putin is gonna do what Putin is gonna do. And what is the solution? What I've been saying all along. What could have prevented this? Showing strength. Doesn't mean shooting, doesn't mean bombing, but you build up your ability to defend to the point of where if he had any inkling of attacking anywhere, he would feel some serious repercussions. Unfortunately, this current administration has done exactly the opposite. And now we're in a position now, unfortunately, you keep retreating, he's going to keep taking because he sees the writing on the wall, right? He sees the writing on the wall. It's a horrible situation for the United States if you think about it. We've showed weakness, right? We're pulling back. Putin's going to continue to do his things. You got the front runner for the White House. What does he want to do? He wants to pull back. So everything's falling in line for Putin. So he could sit there and be able to do what he wants because right now you have an administration not doing shit. And then you got another potential president coming in that wants to get out of this stuff. Okay. Could you answer this? If Ronald Reagan was around, do you think this would be happening?
Would Kiev, the Ukrainian invasion wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Exactly. Right. Agreed. Ukraine would never happen. Ukraine would never happen. The stuff that's happening in the Middle East would have never happened. Because people understood that when Reagan said something, he meant it as well. He couldn't, if you think about it, I'm not, because he wasn't a dictator like Putin, but when he said something, he did something. He built up our military. He built up you did something wrong, you got bombed. Look what happened to the Iranian Navy in the 1980s when they tried. I can't remember what they did, but Reagan bombed their entire Navy. Granted, at that time the Navy wasn't much, but he bombed the entire Navy. He tried to kill Gaddafi.
Yeah.
What else did he do? Grenada. He did Grenada.
Panama? No, wait, no.
No, that was Bush.
That was Read My Lips.
I'm just, that was
My Lips.
That was him. Yep, absolutely.
Old Dana Carvey on SNL. Remember that one? That was a good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Yeah, that was great. Dana Carvey was good in that.
Yeah.
I liked it when he did. Was it Church Lady? Satan?
Yeah, he was awesome,
that was great.
Man. Too bad he had the heart condition.
But this is it. Aaron, it says, is war with Russia inevitable, a nuclear one? Man, I don't know. I know when the Ukrainian war first kicked off, I think that was one of the reasons why we didn't supply them so quickly. It's we kind of slow rolled it, which I get to a certain extent. You're doing incremental stuff because you didn't want to trigger something bigger, and we can't afford to have something bigger. But this is, and I think that's what he's kind of, like I said, he's kind of wondering. He's like, hey, if I go take a NATO, they're probably not going to even do nothing. They're probably not going to do nothing. I think that's what he's betting on, and who knows? Because if he goes in there, right? Well, let's say he goes and attacks the Baltic states, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. Say he invades them. Are we going to launch nuclear missiles because of that?
If not us, it'd be one of the European nations. It could be.
Honestly, I don't think they would.
That's one of those things. Like if you're going to press the button, you better be damn sure you're right.
Yeah, and that's what I think Putin is counting on. That they're not going to do that, and he's going to be able to go in there, and Europe can't do nothing because who's going to back him up? Are we going to be able to get our troops there in a matter of time to be able to do anything?
How many nukes does the EU have in total?
Good question. The only countries I know that have nukes:
France, Germany. Yeah.
Right. Are they going to do? Would they use them?
France wouldn't do shit. They're already non-respondent to what's going on in the Middle East to begin with.
And look, guys, we're only talking about Europe. We haven't even talked about the other side of the ocean, where arguably the biggest threat is China. I mean,
to be honest, man, like Putin is pretty much small potatoes compared to China.
Yeah, it is.
He really is 100%. I mean, China's the real focus. They're the closest to us in GDP to begin with.
Yes, that's a peer nation. Russia, not so much. Not so much. China, 100% is a peer.
And they could match us for production, which is scary. If not beat us, who knows?
And you never know. They could synchronize their damn. When China invades Taiwan, Russia could go into Europe. That could happen. Because then what do you do?
Happen, yeah.
What do you do? Now you're.
And Iran makes a move to Israel. Then now you got the trifecta going on. Now you got no choice.
Remember?
Buttons,
what
right?
did I remember that thumbnail I did about a week or two ago? Remember? Who did I have? Putin, Xi, and the Ayatollah.
Yep.
Similar to Mussolini, Hitler, and Hirohito. Even though, like I said, Hirohito was more of a figurehead.
Yeah, he made a big point about the German invasion of Poland. So, okay, well, are you telegraphing something here?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He mentioned it off. That's what I'm saying.
He said it more than once.
He said it more than once. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said during the speech. I was like, don't you find it ironic that he talks about quote Lithuania and Poland?
Yeah.
And because Lithuania is a Baltic state, and then of course Poland's to their east or to their west.
Yeah, they used to be part of the same empire back in the day.
Oh, see? Yes, they do. But you know what? It's not just us. It's this is the problem. The entire world is focused on China, but their economy is getting so damn big. They're going to figure out a way. Trust me. Because if they take over Taiwan, what are they going to control at that time? Isn't Taiwan like the biggest semiconductor manufacturer in the world?
Yeah, one of them.
I think so.
Which is why people are pulling out of there.
You don't understand that this is the problem. It's not even about, Xi is not caring about consumers and he's not caring about money per se. You know what he cares about? The same thing that Putin is. What is it?
And keep in mind too.
Imperialism.
Right. Keep in mind too, the civilians in China are now becoming consumers themselves rather than just being a pure production.
Correct. Good point. But that's the issue, is these guys are after grandiose things, bringing their country back together with Taiwan being Chinese, bringing in Poland, which used to be under the rule of Russia at one time. I mean, Ukraine, all these people, all the states that separated from the Soviet Union, Putin wants to bring all that back together. That's what's happening. They care less about consumers. Care less. Hell, China went into that whole COVID zero. Our supply chain went to shit. You think they gave a crap about what happened? Hell no. They're still producing their military hardware. Yeah, it's a different mindset.
They were losing the same time we were, but they were, Yeah. I mean,
we got to be. I'm telling you, we cannot.
It's a long play.
It is, and that's what it is. But the thing is, this is the time to take advantage of it. You got to remember how we were back in the 80s. We need to get back to that ASAP. And you know what? Does it mean we got to decouple from China? We may have to, right? I mean, that's a huge undertaking because it's gonna cost some money if you decouple from China.
Oh,
because all our everything you name it. I mean, hell, everything's made in China, right? Anything you buy is probably made in China.
These damn plastic bags probably made in China.
Exactly.
Oh shit.
The monitor that I'm on, I'm sure was made in China. The computer that I'm using is probably made in China.
By little children.
And that's the thing. If we're serious about China and being their threat, then wouldn't it behoove us to maybe start manufacturing some of this stuff ourselves? The pharmaceutical. Where do you think all your anyone that's on prescription drugs? Guess what? It's being made in China.
Oh, 100%.
Made in China.
That's the thing. You got to make it friendly for business around here to make that happen. California is one of the worst states to conduct business.
Yep.
Amongst others. And there's plenty of other states that are like that too.
Wait, what is this? Biden said today if he doesn't get Ukraine money from Gaza, he will release ISIS prisoners? I didn't hear about that. You know anything about that, Will?
No, I didn't catch that one today.
Well, one thing I will tell you, what I don't understand, I guess Congress is on recess. A 2-week vacation.
Oh, how lovely.
Speaker Johnson decided to put Congress on a 2-week break.
That's cool.
This is February 16th. This isn't Easter. This isn't Christmas.
They work hard, man.
And guess what? By the way, they're getting paid.
Hell yeah, they are. You don't stop.
Come on, how do you do that? How do you do that, Speaker Johnson? And he's a freaking Republican. How can you do that in this time with everything that's going on in the world? How can you sit there and say, Congress, let's take a break for 2 weeks?
Yeah, let's go to Belize.
Imagine, hey, Will, what if you told your boss, hey, buddy, I know there's a lot going on, but I gotta take a 2-week break. And by the way, you're gonna pay me.
Excuse me, there's only 29 days in this month, and you got numbers to hit.
Come on, man. This is what I'm saying. It's just how much more do we got to put up with this kind of incompetence? Oh, golly,
by the way, Dan, that's a pretty good stock too. I got some of that.
What, the TSMC?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We need to start doing that more. I know Silicon Valley used to do that. I don't know. Are they doing it anymore? I thought they used to be Applied Materials. Weren't they big semiconductors in the Bay Area?
Applied Materials. What was the other one? MST.
What happened? Are they not doing that same stuff?
A lot of them moved out. California's not a good place to do business at all. I mean, it's not friendly at all.
Well, I mean, just in the United States in general. I mean, shouldn't they be making this stuff? That's what I'm saying.
Well, there's like Dan's saying, a lot of them are moving to Arizona because their business over there.
Yeah, a lot of them going to Texas as well, right? Because of
Texas.
taxes.
Yeah.
Tennessee, Florida. Yeah, I understand that. AMD blew up. Term limits, yeah. I don't know. Damn, it makes me even wonder if term limits will even do anything.
Is Micron Conductors still out there in
Micron? I forgot about Micron. Yeah.
Are they still out there in Silicon Valley?
I don't even know.
Oh, they're out here in Folsom.
Gosh, dang, man. Can we please just get some competent people to run our government, please? That's all I'm asking. Is it that hard to get competent people? Look, I get you're not going to get everything that you want, right? I get it. If you're far right or far left, you're not going to get everything that you want. You've got to be able to talk to the others. Reagan. Remember who was the Speaker of the House? I think it was Tip O'Neill, right? Wasn't he the Democrat Speaker of the House?
That's hell of a name, man.
Him and Reagan, they used to sit down and have drinks at the end of the day, and they hashed things out. Yeah. They weren't above not being able to talk to each other and work out things to make it better for the country.
It's almost as if these guys go to dinner with each other and go, "Hey, we have to be pretty good today, didn't we?"
Yeah. Well, you know what? They're probably doing the dinner thing, but it's like, hey, let's sow more division because it's just giving us more power. That's what it feels.
It
like.
really is,
and that's
doesn't
very
it feel
true. That way? Doesn't it feel that way?
Yeah, they want all the power. I mean, that's why I'm more. I really don't see a left or right. I mean, I'm sure. Obviously there is in beliefs, but I mean. Right. As far as the actual government's going, it's more like a uniparty, man. It's us versus them. That's really what
it sure does. It feels that way.
100%,
and no one's listening. No one's listening. And I just don't understand. And now people, it's just, and and this is just me. I don't understand the blind allegiance to either party. I don't understand that. There shouldn't just be blind allegiance. See what they're saying. Is it makes sense? Does it agree with how you feel? Don't sit there and say, you know what, I'm voting for this guy because that's what he said. Without understanding anything else about it.
That's the thing that pisses me off too. Most talk about they go break every quarter. I mean, could you imagine asking your first sergeant or your first shirt, hey, by the way, I know we got this readiness exercise coming up, but I'm asking for permission to go on a leave for 2 weeks. Oh, you're gonna get smoked.
Look at you, get the hell out of here. What are you talking about?
Like, you want to get punched?
Yeah. Then you get the side eye. So when all the shitty details come up, hey, get that guy.
Hey, we need you to be in charge of these soldiers over here.
We need a detail to go freaking wash the airplane.
You're gonna go GI the barracks, man.
Go stand out there in the hot sun and wash airplanes. Yeah.
Holy crap! Yeah, go pick up cigarette butts.
Always has, always will, Shota. Unfortunately.
100%.
Always has, always will.
What it's all about, man.
Yeah, I heard about that there, Senior. As we divert a little bit, A's may go play in Sacramento.
And that'd be good for the local economy, man. I would appreciate something like that happening. I can't believe there's a lot of people that are against it though, because Scott Fisher's bad. Who cares?
Mm. Yeah.
Come on.
Nothing you can do about it until he sells.
Right, 100%.
Oh my gosh. But what else can we go? Well, I mean, we could get back to it here if you guys want. Let me. Anyone else?
You guys got anything you want to talk about in there other than
notifications here? What do we got here?
Other than Russia. Oh man, we used to pick up cigarette butts probably every day in the Army.
Oh yeah, here we go. Ooh, what's this?
What do you got? Community service too. We're scumbags, bro.
Ooh, what is this?
Oh, that's awesome.
Gosh dang, I have to remember. Okay, there's something that this guy said. What is it?
Good old community service. Hey, man. If you're going to scum it, own it. That's what I believe, man.
Ooh, what's this? Hold on, I'm just reading something real quick. Let's see.
Clean up the smoke pits. Oh, man. Yeah, you got to clean out those big old smokers poles. You ever seen one of those things that caught on fire?
Let me see this here.
The smoker's pole. Oh, shit. We used to all hang out this little gazebo, smoke cigarettes, talk ass. The Rock is back in wrestling. Did you know that, Eric?
Is he really?
That's what Eric Ellis
For how much longer, though?
He's getting his money. Oh, yeah. Mine was for fisticuffs. That's some dumb luck right there, Kyle. My buddy got a freaking DOI in Old Town from just sitting behind the wheel of his car. Peeing in public, yep.
Here we go. I like this. Real quick. So we're talking about Ukraine a little bit. So Texas Oil Man says, so what is the real answer? Patrick Fox, this guy's pretty good. He goes, Texas, the answer is to do what President Biden has failed to do for 2 years. Decide what the U.S. goals in the Russo-Ukrainian war are, then move aggressively to achieve them. If that's peace, force a settlement. If it's bleeding the Russians, re-industrialize, ramp up production, and start looking at deniable volunteer units. The industrial portion of the latter option will be hideously expensive, but also necessary if we intend to confront the People's Republic of China credibly. They're watching.
Right. I mean, basically,
they're watching.
Basically, should get off the pot. What are we doing?
Yep. Absolutely. And there's no clear strategy. Here's the problem. And I'll tell you what do you think the biggest problem is? Probably.
Well,
Biden, I don't think is. It's whoever's handling Biden is making the decisions. It's not Biden, right?
No, I don't think he's made a single decision on his own.
I don't think so.
I think it's been his buddy there, Mr. Barry.
You think so? I don't know.
No.
He didn't like him.
Well.
Obama, you've heard what he said about him. He didn't even endorse Biden until he became the presumptive nominee. You know who he was backing?
I don't remember who he was backing.
Wasn't he backing who was he backing in? Well, he backed Hillary in 2016.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
In 2020, he did not endorse Biden until he was the only guy left.
Yeah, but
I think there's people that are far more radical than even Obama is. And I think that's who's running. I think that's who's running Biden's.
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if it is Barry, though. That guy obviously would. If he said himself he could run for another term, he would.
Yeah, I get that.
George Soros, yeah, there's another clown.
George Soros.
That guy.
I think it's his cronies.
Freaking dookie.
Because those guys, I mean, don't get me wrong. Obama's pretty far left, but this is further left than even.
But Soros, man.
Soros is.
Oh man, if he had his wish, he would be dead for just being a white person. I mean, that's really how weird he is.
Dude, the dude's crazy, and he's getting everything over to. I don't know what his son is like. Do you know what his son's like? Because I don't know.
Yeah,
because he's passing everything over to his son.
I've actually met his son. His son went to freaking Berkeley of all freaking places. He actually invested in one of my former startup companies we had out there in San Francisco. Guy's total weirdo.
Is he like his dad?
Total weirdo. You want? I mean, just a complete slime ball. I mean, as soon as you meet the guy, you want nothing to do with him. I mean, it's that bad. Yep.
And then that's who's funding now all the radical stuff.
Yeah, 100. I mean, those protesters you see there, the pro-Palestine, the ones that are getting they're getting paid by the Soros Foundation to go do all that crap. The BLM stuff. 100%.
It's all professional protesters, if you will.
Yeah, you went to Cal.
Soros has immortality, it seems. Oh, when you sell your soul to the devil?
I mean, look at him. Yeah, 100%. It seems like the evil ones get blessed with long lives, huh?
Ain't that the truth? My wife keeps saying that all the time.
That's how
the evil ones are the only ones who live the longest, it seems.
They make the pact, man.
They
make that pact. They sell their soul.
Yeah. What is that little fable?
Oh,
where he gives up. What the hell was it called? Oh, what's the name of the guy? It's named after the guy who sold his soul to the devil. Who was it? Mm-hmm. I can't remember. It'll come to me. Thanks, Ron. Yeah, remember to click those likes, guys, and subscribe. Appreciate it. Mucho appreciated if you would do that. Where else can we go? I kind of want to get off the whole Ukraine thing for a
minute. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's suggestions from the crowd. Otherwise, we could talk about all kind of stuff. You don't want me to go down the ADHD train, I don't think. Tom Brady. Screw Tom Brady.
What the hell? That's kind of out of nowhere. Tom Brady. Why the Soros does what he does, who knows? That's kind of the same question. Why does Hitler did what he did? Why is Putin doing what he does?
That guy is such an extremist weirdo. Is just
and he survived the Holocaust.
Right, and you would think he would be the opposite of what he's doing, but no, man, he's
like Magneto. Right? Didn't he survive the Holocaust?
Magneto, yeah. You know, he's the reason why we have all these ESG scores and all this weird woke BS in the workplace. That's who you have to thank for that.
I know what Dan's talking about there. Oh boy. Yeah. Were you watching NorCal by chance? At the very end? Dan got denied credentials to go cover.
Oh shit, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that part. That's freaking weird, man.
Yeah. Tom sold his soul to the devil. Okay, gotcha. I didn't think was Soros a German. I don't think he was a German, was he?
Soros
I thought he
was a Jew.
Yeah, but where's he? I thought he was Hungarian.
I believe so.
Isn't he Hungarian or Czech?
Hungarian Jew. I think he's a Hungarian Jew.
Yeah,
he lives in Macedonia.
Yeah, and you can't forget. I guess we could go to the Middle East. Who knows what? Yes, the Giants denied Dan Sr. They said they're only given credentials to national sports media, not to, and then they said your YouTube show does not meet that criteria.
Your YouTube show. They made a little.
Well, you know what's funny? You know what's funny is Dan applied for the credential for Sports Byline. He never mentioned anything about a YouTube, but yet they responded saying,
"Oh shit, yeah."
Yeah, so they're on us. They're on us.
Ass clowns.
They're on us.
You don't like reality, huh?
That's a bunch of crap. I agree. 100% crap. Bullshit.
Don't like reality.
You should embrace that, right?
100%. I mean, hold on. Okay. I'm not a big fan of Grant Cohn, but every team needs a Grant Cohn. Damn it, they need somebody that's got the
hold your feet to the fire.
Yeah, 100%. Right? Hold you accountable.
Yeah, they know us, no doubt. But you know what? We're still growing, right? We grew most of that channel, not necessarily with interviews, but with, just us coming on every day and having fun and hopefully connecting with our audience. That's what I hope that drives people to come to our show.
Isn't that weird, Mark? I mean, that's just so asinine. This is actually, you know what? I would print that thing out, Dan, and I would fucking frame it.
I know.
Get it autographed by Casey Schmidt too.
I know, right? I know. It's incredible, man.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Whatever. Like I said, it's all good. It's all good. Yes, Farhan's scared. Exactly, Dylan.
It is what it is.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. In 1980, Reagan only had to ask, are you better off today than you were 4 years ago? Yeah, that's I remember him saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 100%.
That was a great line, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
But Reagan was just, don't get me wrong. He's had his fault. He wasn't perfect. No president is always perfect. But for the time where that nation needed someone like that, he was there to deliver. No doubt about it. Order came down from probably above Farhan, to be honest with you. It probably came from Larry Baer. I wouldn't be surprised.
Could very well have, man. Like the BNP.
Hey, I wonder if I could apply for it for military. Hey, Dan, apply for it for military history. No, I forgot. YouTube doesn't fly, I guess, supposedly.
We tell them we're doing a thing on baseball now connects to military stuff.
Yeah, there you go. That someone actually brought that up in NorCal, saying maybe talk about World War II veterans who played baseball. There's a lot of them.
I replied with, could you imagine what Ted Williams' stat line would have been if he'd not gone to 2 wars? Better than Babe Ruth. Yeah,
I don't know if he would have had the home runs, but it would have been close, right? You think? What did he finish? 500 and something?
500 something.
How about Willie Mays? He lost 2 years.
He did.
Yep, and he had
over 700.
He would have been over 700.
Mm-hmm. Easily.
Yeah, it's interesting. Bob Feller, he served in the Navy. Who else?
Yeah,
I mean, there was a bunch of people.
A lot of those guys, all those big hitters back then, they all did some time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
and that's kind of what it is anyway, just doing some time.
That's something we definitely could talk about. Gosh. But it just seems like I gotta always cover the stuff that's going on because I like to be kind of current. But yeah, I gotta definitely get into something. Man, we haven't done Civil War in a long time, man. I gotta do Civil War stuff.
No, man. I'm talking to my buddy Jeff. I'm trying to get that lined up for us too. That'd be really cool. That'd be
the guy in West Virginia, right?
No, Jeff's out in Austin, Texas. He Civil Star awardee.
Oh, yeah, that would be a good one.
That would be a good one. That would be very interesting.
By the way, so those of you who don't know, the Silver Star is the second highest decoration that a soldier or airman or Marine or a sailor can get. Just so you know. And he earned that Silver Star.
Yep.
Fantastic.
I was lucky to serve with the badass, man. Probably, if we could get him on, he's also talking to Pitts too, which is a Medal of Honor recipient. He was.
Where did he receive his?
Same battle.
Same battle.
Same battle. Scantling,
you're telling me a Medal of Honor and a Silver Star came out of that same battle?
Same battle. They 28 wounded in action, 9 KIA.
Wow, how many people did they? What was the force that they fought?
500.
So you're telling me,
yeah, they took on
basically a whole. That's not even a company. What is that? What is that?
They took on a whole. Platoons? They took on a battalion and a half with one platoon. Yeah,
I'll have to do some. If you get him, I will do some research on.
Yeah, the Battle of One Knot.
So when he comes on, I know what the hell I'm talking about.
That is a crazy battle, but it was one of the. At that time, it was the largest casualty producing battle of the Gwat, I believe, up until Cam Desh.
What year did it happen?
2008.
2008. Okay. I'm trying to remember. So that was right in the beginning of Obama's term then.
Right.
Was that during the surge?
Oh yeah, this was July 13th.
Yeah, because I remember Obama did a surge. I couldn't remember if it was early in his administration.
I was one of those surge recruits myself.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah. If you get him on, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
I'll make up a special thumbnail for that and everything. Well, what's he do now?
Now he's a contractor.
In Texas?
Yeah. No, overseas. One of those kind of guys. Military contractor, PMC.
Oh, yeah. I get where you're stepping in.
He's also in the National Guard still, I believe. I believe he's still in the National Guard. I don't think
he could be in the PMC and in the Guard.
Same, yeah, it's his job. He was an instructor for a while. He was a 68 whiskey instructor. Oh no, not more than Gettysburg. No. Just for the global war on terrorism.
Yeah, global war. Here we go. Eric, there's been a rash of guys dressing as former combat soldiers here and have been eventually being stolen valor. That happens.
What was that about?
That's always been around.
That was around a lot back in 2010.
Oh, back when after September 11th and all that stuff.
Yeah, from about 2001 to about 2013, there was a whole crap of these weirdos.
I haven't read about them specifically. Yeah, Sergeant York and Audie Murphy. Audie Murphy was a small little dude, and he freaking took it to the Germans. With the good old Ma Deuce. Yeah.
The old M2
as far as doing research specifically on them, no, I have not. But yeah, man. Civil War, man. We got to get back to that.
Yeah. That's always
trying to debate because we had some really good conversation. What the heck did we do on that? We did the railroad stuff. We did what did we do? There was something else we did. I can't remember what it was. Matter of fact, I got the thumbnail right here. What was it? It was American Civil War. Man, what the heck did we do? We talked about something. I can't remember what it was.
You know, it would be a good topic actually, other than Civil War.
What's that?
The Battle of Belleau Wood.
Oh, World War I.
Come on, you sons of bitches! You want to live forever?
Yeah, there we go.
Or even better,
Jack Pershing.
Or even better, when the French were retreating. Retreat? Hell, we just got here. That was the response to the French commander.
Yep.
By the Marine. What was it, Smedley Butler?
Oh, that was a black soldier, wasn't it?
No.
Or is that someone else?
No, it was either Smedley Butler or one of the other Marine battalion commanders that said that. Retreat? Hell, we just got here.
I get this.
And then they pushed the Germans back 4 miles down the line. Oh, man. We kicked their asses.
I love this. This is what I love. General Pershing. This is something that we could also get into, Will. We kind of got into it a little bit with the Civil War. What was one of Pershing's famous quotes?
Oh, damn, I don't know.
Yeah, go do. Oh, cool. I'm glad that you are able to check out some of the past shows, Northern Lights. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, take a look at them. Hopefully you'll enjoy.
All right.
Okay, Pershing said, infantry wins battles. Now, I'm not going to give it away, but what does he say wins wars?
Logistics.
Logistics. Infantry wins battles, but logistics wins wars.
I know that.
You understand what they're... Okay, does everyone understand what that means?
It means us pogues win the wars for you.
Absolutely. Look, if the frontline soldier doesn't have the beans and the bullets,
communications,
you're not going to be able to win the war. You can't. You have to have logistics, lines of communication. There's plenty of examples. Napoleon going into Moscow. They didn't really have lines of communications to go back to sustain the fight. And they got bogged down. And guess what? Winter hit, and then they got screwed. Germany outran their line of communications in their blitzkrieg into France. They could have actually got even further, but they had to stop for like a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Or, quote unquote, the logistics, or as Oboji says, the supplies. If they don't show up, you can't. If you don't have gas, you don't have bullets, you don't have food, the army stops. The army stops. And we talked about it during, we talked about that exactly, Kyle, during the Civil War, the railroads.
Yep.
In World War II and World War One, railroads played a huge factor in that as well.
Laying down the Morse code line.
Yep. Famous unit, a famous black unit in World War II, the Red Ball. Was it Red Ball Brigade or something? The black soldiers that drove the supply trucks back and forth from France to the front lines to keep the soldiers supplied. Absolutely. If it wasn't for logistics, you're not going to win the war. Didn't Sun Tzu also say? I think he might have said something similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
Schwarzkopf, the longest functioning supply lines in the world ever. Good old Schwarzkopf. He had some great one-liners, didn't he? Did I ever see FX series Over There? No, I never did. Was it good?
I'll tell you what a good series is. It's also on HBO. If you like Band of Brothers, you might like.
Spoken Like a True. What did they call him? Oh, you're Loggy. Spoken Like a True Loggy, right? Weren't you a Loggy? Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're good, man. No, I was going to say Generation Kill.
Generation to Kill?
Generation Kill.
Generation Kill.
Yeah. That's a good series on HBO.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
real quick, how's that movie with the vampire being
Oh, bro, it is wild.
Being Pinochet.
It is it's a little extreme.
Is it?
Yeah. It's not for everyone.
Fair enough.
If you liked Good Night Mommy, it's probably.
Oh, okay. It's up there. Okay.
Yeah, but gotcha. It's this foreign movies, man. Shit.
You know what? Nashville. You want to talk about the railroad? The Union Railroad, huge between Nashville and Knoxville, and also Chattanooga. Huge rail lines. Our rail lines were a huge factor in the Western theater.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt about it. Big time. Big time. More so. Well, no, I could say, yeah, in the Eastern it was, but in the Western, absolutely, because there's a lot more land to cover. Ooh, what is this? Picked up 15 years of Confederate veteran hardbound from 1895 to 1930-ish. Interesting. Is it a... What does it consist of? Is it from a specific unit? You know what I got? I got it in the mail. I got my Iron Brigade book. Oh, it's a. You've heard of the Iron Brigade, right? They're famous. They were all over the damn Eastern Theater and all the major damn battles.
Yeah, that was a tank unit, right?
It was primarily Wisconsin with some.
Oh, I was talking about World War II for a second.
Oh no, like, Iron Brigade. This is
wrong. Fucking.
We're back a couple of decades.
Whoops a doozle.
Too realistic. Lasted only one. Oh, interesting. It's
also a pretty good series on History Channel called War Fighters.
War Fighters.
It's a good one.
You know, it's really good too. It's not a movie, but it's a matter of fact, it's on American Battlefield Trust. If you go to the YouTube channel, they have a series where they talk to a whole bunch of different Medal of Honor recipients.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Oh, it's great. They talk to a black Vietnam veteran, and they give their. But what they do is they relate their Medal of Honor to what happened in the Civil War. Huh. They talked to the two great grandsons of the first black Medal of Honor recipient. They talked to Woody Williams. They also talked to someone from, was it Enduring Freedom? I can't remember. They talked to a whole bunch of them. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's, like I said, it's not a movie. It's more real life, not even a documentary, but more of an interview. But American Battlefield Trust. Check out their channel.
There's another channel that does that too. I can't remember. I think it's the Medal of Honor Society that has a bunch of interviews too. Like Bob Howard and Roy Benitovis. Master Sergeant Roy Benit. I can't pronounce his damn last name. Neither could Ronald Reagan. He messed it up when he was giving his introduction.
Let's see. Random question, and I think the nation would know by now, but is there a single World War II vet left? Not many, man.
I don't know, man.
The last World War II recipient, Woody Williams, he was the last Medal of Honor recipient that passed away. Russell Williams, never heard of him. You ever hear about that? Not sure what that's about.
Which one was it?
I don't think I'm other. Let's see. The story about the top Canadian Air Force colonel who was.
Oh yeah, that fruitcake he was taking. Oh man, okay, this is a good one. Oh shit, he was breaking in women's houses and stuff, and he was putting on their freaking underwear, taking pictures of himself wearing it, like he was posing for the camera and everything. And he murdered like 3 or 4 women, I believe, too.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like a full bird colonel in the Canadian Air Force. He was the fruit ball, man.
Okay. Man, dude.
Oh, what a freaking degenerate. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Yeah, he was definitely doing the Bill Clinton treatment to people.
All right, guys. What else you guys got out there? I'll go for a little while longer. Close it down.
They got to make fun of my eyes for it, man. That's just natural. It's called being part Asian. Yeah, I look like I'm asleep all the time.
Oh, there you go. What else you guys got out there? I'm trying to think of what else we can get into here.
Oh, man, there's so many other things. I mean, I got a few off the top of my head, but
Colonel General Alexander Syrsky, in his first major order as Commander-in-Chief of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, has announced the withdrawal of any remaining Ukrainian forces from the city of Avdiivka in order to avoid encirclement and preserve the lives and the health of servicemen. Well, that's just kind of new. That's just 13 minutes ago. Lot of backlash about the assassination.
Yeah, Kyle. Anytime I smile or laugh, you can't see my eyes. Like it's just,
it's how it is, right?
It's just saying, man. It's just part of the game. Gotta last Pearl Harbor. Damn, 102 years old. Shit.
There it is. Yeah, the chat has. Yeah, I was just giving them away in the very.
Yeah, there you one though. Yeah, one night you were going on a spree.
I think I gave about 6 people like moderator. Why not?
Screw it.
Hey, they were the first guys to be here, so why not, right?
Yeah. Pearl Harbor survivor. Interesting. 102 freaking years old. Ooh, presidents and military experience for upcoming President's Day. Now that. Okay, I could dig that. That's a pretty good topic Aaron's got there.
Okay, hold on. Let me see this right now. All right. Ooh, oh. That's on Monday, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Presidents and military experience. The most famous one would probably be Teddy Roosevelt.
You know, I was watching a thing on Teddy and his encounter with Bigfoot the other day. I've been going down this Bigfoot rabbit hole.
Bigfoot, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Sasquatch?
Well, Sam Squatch.
You ever go squatching?
I think I got visited by Sam Squatch once. I don't know what the hell it was out there.
What? You got visited by Squatchy?
I don't know what the hell it was. No. I went down this rabbit hole like of the Sasquatch stuff, and people like they hear little kids in the forest and whatnot. I had that one encounter when we were out camping that one time.
We're at
out by Kybers.
Oh, Khyber Pass out there in by 50.
Yeah, we were probably about 20 miles into. We were in Desolation Forest at that time.
Okay.
And yeah, we were all there. Was like 10 of us camping, man, and we all went to bed. And
hold on.
How
many drinks were drunk?
Oh man, we would do mushrooms too.
Oh, come on, man! Come on.
But we You don't hallucinate the same thing, damn it. But I mean, so no, we like my buddy Drew Lofi, who I played rugby with. We he got out of his tent. He goes, "Hey, you guys hear that shit?" And before that, like it sounded like a bunch of kids were running through the campsite. It was some wild shit. And so we all poked our heads out of the tents, like, what's going on? Did you guys hear this? And yeah, so we heard like a bunch of kids running through our camp area. Evidently, what these Bigfoot people say is that sometimes the Sasquatch does this weird mimicking of children's voices and whatnot when he's around. I don't know. It's weird.
Wow. Well, so it wasn't just you.
No, there was 10 of us. We all heard and experienced the same thing.
Blair Witch Project.
Maybe, man. It was some weird stuff. But one thing we thought of too, that there's a big meadow. There's not a big meadow. There's like a big pond. And I think there might be a campsite on the other side of that pond. So maybe we're hearing somebody's kids at, I don't know, 3 o'clock in the morning, which would be strange. Yeah.
Interesting.
That was so weird stuff, man. I almost caught the damn forest on fire. I was having too much of a good time with the damn psilocybin in there, and I was throwing a bunch of wood on the fire, and I kept on getting it bigger and bigger. And next thing you know, like the flames are licking the top branch of this big old redwood tree. It's like, oh shit.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Let's recap. Was this the same time?
Yeah, that's the same.
Let's recap.
Maybe it was me.
We got massive consumption of alcohol, mushrooms, and large fires.
That was a good night, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was on we were all probably on another planet, but no, that was some wild stuff, man.
But real quick, Teddy Roosevelt, Rough Riders. That's probably like the president. JFK though, he was a World War II guy. He got hurt in PT 109.
Eisenhower,
of course, duh. No. Eisenhower, but then again, he really didn't fight. I mean, he led. Don't get me wrong. I'm not this, but Teddy Roosevelt, that guy, he was charging Cuban lines. Or Spanish, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Who else? I know
just
there's
get in the car and drive.
Oh, I think Garfield was in Rutherford B. Hayes was in the Civil War. Garfield was in the Civil War. Grant. Ulysses S. Grant. That's probably.
Washington was an old redcoat.
George Washington.
Yeah, he fought the French and Indian War.
He fought in the French and Indian War, and of course, he helped defeat the French to get our independence. How about that? Jimmy Carter was in the Navy.
Oh, boo!
Bush got shot down. The first Bush got shot down during World War II in his Avenger torpedo bomber.
Richard Nixon was a supply officer.
God, I bet you there's a bunch out there that we probably don't even know.
Or what they call a seppo in the Navy. What about any of us enlisted? Were any of these guys?
Yeah, I doubt they were enlisted. No, I don't think there was any enlisted.
Got any real people who do the actual work?
Yeah. Well, back in the day, like Grant, he led from the front. That guy.
Oh yeah, that was that's a different story for the George Washington too.
Same thing with George Washington. Teddy Roosevelt. I mean, he was charging.
Oh yeah,
Spanish lines up San Juan Hill.
Yep.
You know. What is this?
Yeah, you did. You got that flat-foot-itis, man.
Bill Clinton took off to Canada.
Andrew frickin' Jackson.
Andrew Jackson, the hero of the War of 1812. Man. Yep, good point, Moji.
Yeah, it didn't help he was drunk all the time, too, Kyle. Hey, but he got the job done.
He did. And his drinking wasn't as bad as what people say. A lot of it was the press trying to discredit him. Because there was, imagine that, there was politics involved during that war.
Of course.
Imagine that. Politics involved in every war. Yes, he was a guy that got his hands dirty. No doubt about it. 100%.
Farhan as a general. He would get peered out. He wouldn't even make it to captain. At least I would hope so.
Oh, yeah. Brian Williams, he got fired for that, didn't he?
Which one was this?
He's telling he was in a plane that got shot down in the war and got fired when they found out he was lying. I think that was Brian Williams. Can you imagine Farhan as a journal?
Why would you want to fake something like that?
Because people are weird.
I don't understand that.
Maybe he felt like he wasn't getting the recognition that he wanted.
So my reserve unit, before I got there, I was told this story. They had a guy show up from another unit, and he was telling a story like I was in special forces. It's like, okay, you know how easy this is to verify when you're in the actual military?
Exactly.
I mean, and come to find out, well, obviously he was never special forces. And they kicked his ass out with the heartbeat, man. And he was gone just like that. And he was a freaking NCO.
Some people just want to, I don't know what it is.
I don't get that, man. Like,
I don't get it either. Look,
they pretend to appear or something and don't put it out in reality. That's
right. Exactly.
You're still crazy out of the way, but oh yeah, he would crunch analytics on how long it's going to take for an enemy to respond to him blathering his mouth or something. I don't know. Oh, there's Shardo. You missed your chance yesterday, man.
Yeah, he sure did.
You
missed your chance. No, you don't get the link when we're getting ready to shut it down.
Everybody in the crowd was cheering for you yesterday, and then you disappeared. And
I remember this. Just taking a look at
Charlotte. There's literally like 10 minutes where you could have hopped in. You could have been on NorCal Sports Network.
That's pretty cool.
If not more. I think actually maybe might have been 15 minutes. And then you disappeared. The Marines are interesting people, Matthew. They're all about 5'6". They got the old Napoleon syndrome going.
Oh yeah,
man.
you will get your ass kicked, and you won't get your ass kicked by one either.
What's that? They say once a Marine, always a Marine. We don't have anything like that in the Army, I don't think.
Oh, here we go. Okay, I got to mute it though. Oh, here we go. Let's get into some, before we shut this down, let's get into some of this. Let's get into some of this.
I was going to talk about some planes, man.
A little bit too big. There we go. There we go. Boom. Boom. Boom.
That's called the Stone Cold Stunner.
The Stunner. Every Stone Cold Stunner to The Rock. Boom. The Rock always played it off great, didn't he? Didn't The Rock always play off the Stunner great?
He did. Mick Foley in the background. That's awesome.
Yep, and he was about to give him the Socko. Oh, look at that.
My favorite finisher of all time, Mr. Socko.
Boof. He always does that. Goes up on a handstand.
And then they were a good team back then, man.
It was just a different time.
Oh, dude, that was the greatest era of wrestling. One of them, at least.
He just... I love it. And that was it. That was great. Man.
The best part of wrestling, though? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4.
The Four Horsemen.
That was the best part of wrestling.
There was always different. It was always Arn Anderson and Ric Flair, but the other two members always seemed to change.
Rotating cast. They had Chris Benoit on there for a while.
I love when Jericho used to call him Chris Benoit.
Benoit.
Chris Benoit.
Yep. Piss him off. God.
Good stuff, man. But so yeah, The Rock's back, right? For how long? Is it just for like a little while, or is he back full time for a minute?
Wait, so that was him in that damn deposition that guy gave then? Because the chick that got poo-pooed on by
Vince.
By old Vinny Boy. Was talking about how some wrestler was going to earn a new contract, and he was present during some of that stuff. Interesting.
Oh, here we go. Great way to finish this out. Giants play the Dodgers 13 times here in the upcoming season. How many games do they win against them this season?
2.
Dan says they go 3-10. Senior 13. Senior is a rabid Dodger hater.
Yeah, I like what Dan and Dylan are saying. Between 3 or 5.
Or Northern Lights Entertainment says 5. Crab says they'll go 5-8. Okay.
Yeah, they'll probably win 3 or 5.
I'll go 4. I'll go 4. There we go, Mo.
Mo's got the real. I was going to say Mo's 3 to 5 is a good range, but I think Mo's got the real.
Yeah,
answer.
I think 4.
Yeah.
I think they go 4-11.
God, Shohei's going to.
Ron 13-0. Another optimistic one.
Oh, he's Rothberg.
Senior F the Dodgers.
Rothberging it up, man. 13-0. Shit. We shall see.
Senior says 8. Okay. He says 8-5.
I gotta catch a Giants game before I leave Arizona,
leave the state,
man.
Yeah, you're right, Kyle. It's damn near a 500 record. I think the Giants are up by like 1 run or 1 win or something like that. Yeah, it's crazy. Very, very close. Rob C 2. Oh man, it's worse than Dan's 3.
Oh shit!
So he says they go 2-11. Going to Fenway Park. Oh, is your first time there, Senior? Wow. You got to get a hold of Los. Los was Fenway before. And if you haven't been there.
Boston's a cool city, man. My first experience in Boston is I got out of my car and fell on my ass.
Oh, really?
Yeah, black ice, man. Right by the Paul Revere statue.
Oh, he went 2 years. Okay, so you know. Eric, those first 7 games before the home opener could decide to lock for the whole season. Yeah, okay, there you go. What's going to be their record before they get to their first home game? They're facing, what is it? I don't know if it's 3. I think it's 3 against. Is it 3 against San Diego and 4 against LA, or is it the other way around? Either way, they're playing 7 games, and it's going to be against the Padres and the Dodgers.
How many home runs has Shohei hit to McCovey?
4 in San Diego, 3 in LA. Okay, so I'll say 2-5. 2-5. Dylan 3-4.
Oh, nice, Kyle. Oh, I love it. Great minds think alike. That's a dickhead move right there.
Oh, man. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
All right, have a good one, Rob. Thanks for joining, man.
Later, Rob.
All right, I guess I could start up the music here. Here we go. Oh, a little bit too low. There we go. Getting to that point of time here. The Giants will have to score at least 4 runs to beat them and maybe 5 or more, and I don't see them doing it more than 3 or 4 games. Yep. I think they go 2-5.
The Dodgers are poor on the offense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Without a question.
I think they could pull 2 in out of San Diego, but I don't know I think they get swept in LA.
Yeah, they're all for sure. Lucky to win 1 game.
Yep. I've been to Wrigley, Yankee Stadium, Fenway, head and shoulders above. Wow, that's awesome. Holy crap. I seen a game as a matter of fact, you ain't going to believe this. No, never mind. Yeah, never mind. I went to Busch Stadium against where the Giants played against the Cardinals. I've been to the Houston Astrodome. I can't remember who the Astros played. And of course, Candlestick, AT&T, Coliseum. No other ones. No other ones.
You ever been to any of those military sports events?
No, I never have. Like Army,
Navy, Air
never
Force.
been to one of those. Never been to one of those.
I went to one. It was interesting. We won.
Yeah, I went to the old Busch Stadium. It's a parking lot now. Yeah, that's what we were talking about, Shota. Giants and Nationals only for me. Oh, Nationals Park. That must have been pretty cool. Nation's capital.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm getting ready to shut it down. I don't know when I'm going to go on again. Maybe midweek, somewhere around there. We'll see. I like that idea of President's Day. Maybe we could get into a little bit more of that. Maybe some specific one. Maybe like George Washington. Maybe we'll go George Washington, Ulysses S. Grant, and Teddy Roosevelt. Maybe we'll do that.
Oh, that'd be a good one. In fact,
right?
what was interesting was when he mentioned it, I was like, hey, I was going to send you a link because I had this. I was watching this video. It's a 3-hour-long video of like presidents and their military service.
Gotcha.
It's pretty
nice.
Good too. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, there you go.
Ping pong stadium.
Do a show and tell us what giants fought in various wars. Ooh. I can't think of any off the top of my head. There may be some people we have no idea that may have fought in a war. You never know.
Oh shit.
You're welcome, Ron. Look at this. Look at Dan. Look at Dan. Come to my ping pong stadium and you will not want to come back. Man, you don't know what you're asking for. Look, and I'm not there. Look, I don't do a lot of gloating, but when it comes to my ping pong game, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I'll play you guys a beer pong.
I'm a pretty good ping pong player. I mean, I'm not like no damn Olympian or nothing like that.
You want Forrest Gump in it? You want Forrest Gump?
I can. I can't. No, Forrest Gump in it. That's crazy. But I've had some battles in a day where the rallies are just. Oh, it's fun, man.
Oh crap! Liquor pong.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I've been there.
I'm telling you.
Too, man.
Look at Dan crawl back home with your little friend tucked between your legs. Okay.
Later, Northern.
Okay. Look. Hey, I was gonna go easy on you, old man. I was gonna go easy on you, old man. You're gonna bring it out now. The first serve, I may just have to slam it right back now with a backhand slam. Just you see that? Couldn't even see that. Good job.
It's too quick. Wait, I blinked. What happened?
Yeah, exactly. Look at that. Have no idea.
No, we could tag team this thing. We could me and you versus
we could do
Los
doubles.
And,
that would be fun.
Yeah, versus Los and Dan.
If Los and Dan had come down here, we could get some doubles going on. God, that would be so freaking funny, dude. God, that would be great.
Dude, Los did challenge me to a shooting match. I will be in Arizona in May, so
there you go.
They have to go down.
I could shoot. It's been see, I wear glasses now, so I don't know how that would go. But
yeah, my right eye is so fricked up right now,
dude. But I got marksman and M16 and marksman and M9. So.
Oh no, I don't have my own channel Northern. I just hop on with there.
Yeah,
fellow buddy.
Yep. I have Will come on. It makes it so much better to go back and forth.
It's easy to bounce, you know.
And you have different opinions. It's just it's awesome. It's awesome. It makes for a much better content, I think.
Sometimes I get off the rails on things, but it is what it is.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. A spin rate. I know we're going to do spin rate. Oh, that's funny. That's pretty good. But yeah, we definitely have to do that. That'll be so much damn fun. Gosh.
Oh yeah.
I love ping pong. And I could play for hours, man.
Gotta, it'd be cool. A freaking live stream of it too.
If we could get that,
on Nortel Sports
that would be. Look at that. Oh, he's gonna skunk me 7-0 or 11-1. You ain't gonna skunk, man. There ain't no way you're skunking me 7-0 or 11-1. No way.
You know what? I bet he's got
No
some
way.
long arms, though. I bet Dan's got some long arms, which are deadly in ping pong.
I got some. I mean,
oh, never mind. I forgot. You're 5'11". So you guys are damn near the same height.
We're the same. We're the same height.
Yeah.
But I go side to side, man, and then I'll go deep with that slam. And I can defend a slam. I'm pretty good at defending the slam. If you can slam, if you can slam, I swear, if you leave that ball up chest high or just a little bit lower, it's coming right back at you, quick like. But a lot of it's about the spin too. You get the right spin on it, and if you don't come back with the correct spin, it just gets flying off to.
I've seen balls just go do one of these little spiral motions. Like, whoa, okay.
Oh, I can hook it when I serve. I'll spin it, and it looks like it's going off the table, and it curves right back, hits the white line.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to keep it low. Yep, absolutely.
You leave it barely bounced over top of the.
Barely just over the net. Yep.
Just right over the net. It's like, oh shit! And you got to reach over and try to smack it.
Yeah. The funny thing is when you hit the net and then you try to have to go get it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's good. But you keep it low, keep the spin on it. But as soon as you leave it up, man, you're opening yourself up. It all depends too. It all depends. Get them going side to side. That's the fun part. You just got to you got to have good lateral movement. No doubt about it. Listen here, talking ping pong. All right, guys. Like I said, middle of the week next week. We'll do the whole President's Day. Probably, I don't know if we'll do it Monday, but we'll definitely do it during the week, where we'll talk about those three. How about George Washington, Ulysses S. Grant, and Teddy Roosevelt? I can make a nice thumbnail for that too.
Man, that'd be cool. That'd be badass.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a fun one.
That'll be a fun one, and we get something off of this damn stuff going on in the world. You know,
if you want to do it Monday, you could probably start a little bit earlier since you guys aren't doing any.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
NorCal.
Yeah, we'll see. You can catch me on NorCal Sports Network with good old Dan Coach Emilio. Our next live is going to be Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Ping Pong History Chronicles. Oh man, that would be fun if we could actually stream it though.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
That would be so much fun. All right, Will. Thanks for joining, man. I appreciate it. We'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.
Peace.